Hi everybody, welcome back to November's Merry and Bright card cast. We are card number 3 in the set of 5 cards, and the card that I'm going to make next, the card that I'm sharing next, looks like this. I've used lots of different colours on those bulbs, so we nearly did it again, and I've paired the bulbs with the black screws and wire, which I think looks really effective against that busy background. And then I've got a nice little fussy cut sentiment because it is fun to fussy cut. So for this card, if you're following along at home, you're going to need these little pieces from your measurement guide. So you've got a card base. Now this is cut from Lemon Lime Twist, the original sample. However, when I went toward the cardstock, it was out of stock. So you've got Granny Apple Green, and I can assure you it looks just as nice. You've got a piece of that lovely diagonal striped designer series paper, a piece of white for the inside, a strip across the middle as your focal piece. You've got your wire. This one is just the standard wiggly wire, there's no kink in it. And then you've got 6 little screw top die cut pieces that you're going to use as well. So I'll leave the card there so you can see it, and I will have my card a nice crease. Now, the reason I went with Granny Apple Green is because it does feature in the card, in the DSP. It's this little stripe here. So it still does fit in really nicely. There we go. And then you've got your piece of white to stick across the middle. And it is, I'd say it's sort of towards the top of the card. You don't want to put it too high because you want to sort of leave space for your bulbs. So let's just check. Yeah, that's fine. Mine's a little bit lower on the new card, but even so, that's still fine. So we're going to do some stamping next. I'm going to put that out of the way. And the colour combination I'm using a combination of the round bulb and the long bulb, but I'm going to use the same filament, the shorter one, I think. Am I lying to you? No, I'm using the bigger one on this one. Actually, I think I've used a combination. I'm going to stick with the little one just for consistency. I think I prefer the little one. So I'm going to start, as always, with the lighter colour. So I'm going to start with Daffodil Delight. Lovely. And you want to leave, as before, a little gap between the bottom of your stamp and the edge of your card, so that you can fit in those the die cuts. Okay, so crushed curry is next. Lemon Lime Twist, again staying with the lighter colour, same with the round bulb, sorry. And for the filament, I want Granny Apple Green. Definitely think the smaller one looks better. Okay. Then our next colour is Pool Party, but for this one we're going to use the long bulb. That's terrible. This ink pad definitely needs re-inking. That's better. Much, much better. Coastal Cabana for the filament. And then we're going to move to we've got blue here. So this is a new colour. This is a colour that we've not used so far. This is Azure Afternoon, and I think this colour is really underrated. Okay, so let's just put this one on. What a beautiful colour that is. It's like a darker version of Tahitian Tide. And then for the top, for the filament on that, we're going to use a Blueberry Bushel. Love that colour combination, so lovely. And then we're going to move into our pinks and our reds. So for the pink, we're using Flirty Flamingo. I'm moving back to that straight bowl. And Melon Mambo. And then last but not least, our Poppy Parade. And Poppy Parade is also in the long bowl. Real red for that filament. And there we go. So those are my 6 bulbs. Now I've gone ahead and I have fussy cut mine. Not fussy cut, I've die cut mine already. And this is why you want to keep them not too close to the edge, because you want them to have this little bit at the end so that you can attach the screw tops to them. So I'll save those for a rainy day and put those over there. And I'm going to bring my card back in. Okay, so for this one, this is going to get put across there. So I'm going to trim this down ever so slightly so that it doesn't hang over the edge of my card. So, okay. I'm going to mix and match my bulbs. So I'm going to, I want to put on the tops first, don't I? Oops. Take the dimensional, pop that on, and then I'm going to slide that through over there. I'm going to do the real red next. Turn that over. Nice. The yellow, I'm going to stick the filaments on first actually, and then that will give them a chance to dry. Problem is the glue's wet, so they're moving around. Okay, while that's drying, I'm going to stamp my sentiment. So my sentiment I'm using now is Oh What Fun. So I'm using the same sentiment as the previous card, and I'm stamping in Blueberry Bushel ink. And then I'm going to give that a little trim around. You could just use this as a strip if you wanted to. That's it, nearly there. It is my sentiment, and then these should be nice and dry now, or drier, for me to put on my card. I'm just going to put my dimensionals on there. Right, so the next one I'm going to do, I'm going to bring the yellow in. And that's going to go, I'm just going to change the angle if I can of that red. That's better. And then bring the yellow in. Lovely. And then I can put the blue on last. Up there. And then down the bottom, I'm going to have my pink. Sorry, on the left-hand side, I'm going to have the pink. And then lastly, the blue. Fab, there we go. So those are my bulbs added nicely. And then lastly, I'm going to stick my sentiment down, just like so. So that's the card front all done. I'm going to open it up and I'll attach a piece of white to finish. And that's it. That's card number 3, all done, put together. And I don't think there's much difference at all between those card bases. Let me know if you have a preference. I think I actually prefer the dark. Now it's done. And next up we have video number 4. So the penultimate card in this class. It's one of my favourites and it looks like this. And I've switched out the gold, the silver sparkle for the gold sparkle. I've added in a black wire instead. We've got some more fussy cutting and a mixture of DSP. So I do hope to see you all over on the 4th card next. Bye for now.